Right, so great day, everyone. So, welcome to another episode of Nourish to Flourish PH, where we empower you to nourish your body so you can flourish holistically. So, I'm Dennis Hilario, and of course, together with us, our registered nutritional dietitian, Coach Mary Rose, who will be introducing to us our guest, making this episode extra special.
And hello, everyone. Welcome to the fourth episode of our podcast. It's already the second week of November, and our topic is in line with the DOH calendar, Skin Disease Detection and Prevention Week. So very exciting, no, yung ating topic
Yes.
because it is something that I believe every family dito sa Pilipinas may concern talaga with regard to our skin. And saan pa ba natin best na malalaman, no, or matututunan all about our skin kundi from, of course, a dermatologist. So without further ado, let me introduce our speaker or
Yun.
our guest speaker for this episode. All right. So she had her pre-med biology at the De La Salle Lipa, also had her medicine at the USD Faculty of Medicine and Surgery. Also, she had her postgraduate internship at the DOH Philippine Center for Specialized Healthcare, dermatology residency at East Ave Medical Center. She is also a diplomate of Philippine Dermatological Society, currently an associate active consultant at Mary Mediatrix Medical Center, and now celebrating the first anniversary of the Dine Dermatology Clinic. The owner, of course, no, Dr. Dine Santiago
Palakpakan.
Iglesias.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm happy to be here at Nourish to Flourish podcast.
Yay.
Yun, siguro as a start, syempre ang start natin lagi pag ini-introduce natin ng ating mga guest is yung backstory niya. So, who really is doktora and siguro yung pre-med mo, no, why dermatology as your specialization.
Okay. So I'm Dr. Dine. You can call me Doc Ne for short kasi medyo mahirap yung name ko. Okay. So I'm a board certified dermatologist.
Right.
So kung bakit dermatology yung pinili ko, unang-una kasi babaeng-babae talaga ako. Wala akong sense of masculinity talaga sa
Sa katawan.
Sa katawan.
Affirming to that.
Right.
Hindi
So,
lang
yan.
basta babae, napakagandang babae. Agree ba kayo,
Yes.
guys?
So,
Kayo naman. Hindi naman. Anyway, it's always been a choice between OB and dermatology. Pero I chose dermatology kasi work-life balance. So, syempre alam naman natin, very good yung mga OB natin pero medyo toxic yung life eh. So, syempre maraming emergencies. So, I chose dermatology for that. And dermatology kasi skin is the largest organ and the most external part of your body. So when there is a condition on the skin, you see it immediately and it really affects the confidence of a person. You see it on the mirror, you see it every day, and once you treat the skin condition, so it has a significant effect talaga on the person's confidence and the overall health.
Right.
So yun. So I really love dermatology.
That's nice. Tinitingnan ko lang nga yung sarili ko sa monitor, parang ang puputi nyo. Ako lang yung maitim dito eh.
Ay, hindi naman.
Proud Filipino. Sir
Magko-consult na ako
Moreno,
sa iyo
Moreno.
soon. Ayun. So, that's very nice. So I think yung nabanggit mo kanina, no, sa pre-med, dito sa Lipa. Dito ka sa Lipa nag-pre-med. So
Biology.
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 Oo. Actually, with
How many
biology,
years, Doc, in practice so far?
so
as a
far,
dermatologist?
starting from the residency, 5 years yan.
Years.
So I've been in 5 years of practice na. And so far, I've seen a lot of patients, both pathologic and aesthetic as well. So I'm very happy with my practice. And I think really, ito yung best decision na naisip ko with my life talaga. So being a dermatologist. So I'm really happy with my work and my life now as a dermatologist.
Nice.
Speaking of that 5 years, no, I'm sure marami na yung mga na-transform yung lives, na-uplift yung self-confidence given your health. Sa 5 years na yun, Doc, usually ano yung mga skin problems na nakita nyo sa mga, let's say, working professionals, especially kasi yung usual viewers natin here in Nourish to Flourish PH podcast are working professionals.
Okay.
So let's say considering their group, no, ano yung mga usual complaints nila sa'yo about their skin?
Okay. Actually, hindi lang sa working professionals ha. Number one talaga na concern of most of my patients is acne. Whether teenager,
Right.
adult, yan. Even nga neonatal meron din acne. So acne talaga yung
As
number
young
one.
as?
Yes. Kahit newborn talaga.
Oh my gosh.
Meron
Ano
talaga.
ba?
So acne talaga is a very diverse condition. Meron talaga, marami talaga. Ayun. Anyway, aside from that, kasi merong condition na tinatawag na occupational dermatosis. Okay? So, especially sa mga nagwo-work sa factories.
Right.
So, with sometimes call centers, so meron ding nag-breakout ng acne with the lifestyle. Siyempre, iba-iba yung shifting schedule. So, in terms of occupational dermatosis, so ito yung medyo important kasi the cause of the dermatitis is work-related. So, it's hard din to treat kasi yung condition nila is nakukuha sa work.
Right.
And syempre, hindi naman natin pwedeng stop yung
Resign.
work. Diba? So, yun yung one of the difficulties of managing those cases. But when you work naman hand in hand with your dermatologist, usually naman nag-i-improve siya. So, yun, consistency lang din of the medication and syempre, guided treatment.
When you say work, we're talking about yung environmental factors or
Yes,
sa stress?
yes. Both actually. With the environmental factors, let's give an example para mas maintindihan. So, example, most common kasi nakikita ko is contact dermatitis. Okay, contact dermatitis is a condition wherein exposed yung skin mo with some example chemicals, okay?
Yeah.
So yun yung nakikita natin usually with the factory workers And usually wala naman silang magagawa kasi exposed nga sila to certain parts. So this is the importance naman of having a constant relationship with occupational health doctors kasi kailangan nila mag-build ng some personal PPEs or personal protective equipment para syempre ma-protect din yung workers natin on the exposure.
Right.
So, aside from that also yung mga stress. So, stress kasi hindi na talaga natin mawawala.
Nako.
Part of life.
So, part of life siya So, I always advise my patient to have healthy lifestyle pa rin. Kasi, syempre, enough sleep, healthy diet, exercise. Hindi lang naman sa derma in overall health naman. Talagang important yung healthy habits in improving one's condition, especially skin. Important din siya.
Well, that's why we are here, no? So yung platform natin, Nourish to Flourish, para maturuan natin yung mga working professionals na mag-manage ng kanilang stress, ano. No, so ikaw, Doc, ano personally ang ginagawa mo for to manage your stress?
Ngayon, nag-exercise ako. Before
Wow.
hindi, kasi ang hirap niya isingit Admit it or not, mahirap isingit. Pagod ka na. So, kailangan mo pa mag-exercise. Pero now, nag-walk ako
Yeah,
sa
that's good.
village. Tapos, minsan nag-walk na rin ako sa treadmill pag umuulan, ganyan. So, slowly, pero consistency builds routine
Right.
So, pag routine na siya, medyo mas okay na siya, hanapin na siya ng katawan mo. And,
It's the way of life, kumbaga.
Yes.
Dito sa any particular condition na you notice na meron dito sa Lipa or sa Batangas.
Especially when you had your clinic, Doc. Diba? Mas na-concentrate, focus yung ano mo sa pala yung ano. Apart from what you have mentioned earlier.
Ay, actually, hindi lang din dito Kasi parang same din naman siya from all parts of the Philippines. Especially with the tropical country tayo So, syempre mainit. So, one common condition, especially sa mga mid-age, so melasma. Okay? Melasma is a condition, meron yung pigmentation
Kailan start yung ganun, Doc? Like,
usually mid-age siya. Pero as early as 30s, 40s,
Meron.
malaga
Pwede nang
makikita na siya. So, ang usual viewers natin nasa 20s, 30s.
above.
Yeah, mga around 20s to 40s.
Talagang working,
Yan.
no? So, yan. Acne talaga Acne talaga. Kasi mostly induced by stress. And syempre, majority ng mga patients ko female pa rin. Pero marami na rin ako nakikitang male patients. So, female patients, most common concern talaga is acne. Usually, may trigger siya So, minsan, nag-change ng shift So, mas graveyard
nasa
shift.
BPO, ganyan.
Yan. Tapos, minsan, na-stress. Minsan, fast food ng sunod-sunod. So, syempre, minsan yun din kasi talaga, healthy habits din talaga yung nagkukos. Pero there's no evidence pa talaga with regards to food or diet na nagkukos ng acne. But, meron pa rin certain triggers to some patients. So, I think alam din nila ng patients, lagi ko naman sila ina-advise na alamin nyo kung ano yung certain trigger na nagkukos kasi it can really happen talaga.
May differ from one person to another.
That's right. Pero in your profession, yung like what makes yung mga skin diseases more challenging to address, no? What are the factors that affect the length nung parang healing process? So
Actually, it depends on the disease. Okay?
Number one.
Oo, number one.
Sa nature
Kunwari, eczema or what you know, yung common, ang medical diagnosis is atopic dermatitis or what is known as eczema. So for this kasi meron talagang trigger. Pag summer, okay, syempre mainit, mapapawisan sila. So nagtitrigger siya ng condition. So ito yung important ng barrier repair. So yun yung ina-advise natin ng mga lotion or moisturizer. So kailangan talaga nila yan. For example, mga psoriasis patients with which are so psoriasis is a autoimmune condition, nagkakaroon ng rapid turnover, so nagkakaroon sila ng mga parang pantal-pantal. So minsan ang trigger nito is metabolic problem. So ito is a metabolic condition kasi. So once hindi controlled yung kunwari sugar levels, lipid profile, minsan din nakokontrol yung disease. So also, as I've mentioned yung dati, yung before kanina, with yung work-related dermatosis. So kung hindi natin sila matatanggal sa work, mahirapan tayong mag-control ng disease. So sometimes, nag-write ako ng letter to the company na baka pwedeng ilipat or i-minimize yung exposure. Pero kung hindi talaga, gagawa na lang tayo ng some modifications ng habits nila. For example, gamit ng gloves or barrier repair cream. So, ganyan. So, marami talaga kasi. Actually, it depends talaga on the condition. Kasi iba-iba talaga management for conditions and also per patient.
Right. Dami kong gustong itanong pero si coach muna yung patatanong
Sige,
ko.
okay, tanongin nyo na lahat.
Parang just like other diseases din sa katawan natin. Ang pagkakaroon ng isang skin problem has a lot of, contributory factors. You have mentioned yung nature of work, the environment, ganyan, and at the same time, the weather. Parang walang ligtas. So you really have to watch
seasonal
out
din kasi yung iba, di ba?
Right. Apart from that, Doc, ano pa yung other lifestyle factors? Like, if we become more specific, lalo na sa food, ganyan, meron bang particular din na, ito pag lagi mo siyang kinain, it can cause like certain inflammation that may trigger more of, the existing condition.
Okay, sige. I think mas related siya sa acne, Pero sa acne kasi, yun nga, again, there are no studies yet as of now na nag-establish ng connection with food or diet with acne. But meron certain studies, so like high glycemic diet, so some studies na nagsasabi na nagkukos siya ng acne. So there are also whey protein, so yung mga supplements for those na nag-gym na nagkukos din. Pero some studies kasi disprove yun. So again, depende pa rin talaga siya sa patient. Pero yung certain parang establishment ng relationship nila, wala pa talaga eh. There are also some conditions na basta usually I advise na lang my patient to have parang general healthy diet. Kasi fast food, so syempre high fat yun. So pwede talaga mag-trigger ng inflammatory conditions. And some diseases kasi talaga like psoriasis, eczema, so yan, mga rosacea. Minsan may food-related din sila talaga eh. So pwede talaga mag-trigger. So kailangan din natin alamin talaga yung certain trigger per patient So, walang one rule,
Yeah. Sorry, I have to ask.
Sige,
Pag sinabing high glycemic, ano ibig sabihin?
Ayun talaga yung mga high sugar food. So, I think mas better na sasagutin yan
yung impact niya, sir, in terms of your sugar levels. So, may low glycemic, high glycemic food. Yung low glycemic food, advisable siya lalo to manage our sugar levels.
So, in other words, in layman's term, high sugar is high glycemic.
Not
necessarily.
technically. Kasi
Okay.
pwede pong yung may content pa rin na yung sugar ng... Kasi you cannot parang quantify kung mataas talaga yung sugar niya. It's just that, how would you say if you are exceeding your added sugar? Kasi may dalawa tayong klase ng sugar. Natural, coming from fruits. Added sugar, yun yung add-on doon sa kinain. So, according to American Heart Association, hindi po galing sa amin, okay, magagalit.
Yeah, okay.
25 grams per day. So, in totality, let's say,
konti.
konti. Actually, medyo madali siyang ma-achieve. Yeah. So, at 25 grams of added sugar, not considering kasi kung mga fruits ka, hindi siya counted sa 25 grams mo. So, win yun, diba?
So, ang isang slice ng cake, ano siya? Ilang grams siya?
Hindi, sir, kasi sa recipe, mga ganyan. So,
pero obviously, more than 25 grams yun.
Oo, talaga.
Sorry guys.
So, mga konting bite lang tayo, mga ganon. Yes.
Okay.
Everything in moderation pa rin.
Moderation.
Moderation
Pero
pa
so
rin.
long, sir, as meron kayong fiber or may may mataas na protein kayong kinain during that meal prior to you having that sugar, let's say the cake, no? Yung impact niyan sa katawan mo, hindi naman gaano. Pero yun nga, just like sinabi nito, kung meron kang mga existing mga conditions.
condition.
So, kumbaga, Doc, mas establish yung mga nabanggit nyo earlier, like yung mga environmental factors, more than the food. Mas ano yun.
Pero kasi in general naman kasi it's what you give sa body mo eh. So syempre, ayun yung
sila, no?
yung nourishment na yun. So it can either talaga improve or worsen your condition. So walang certain talaga. So kailangan pa rin talaga healthy habits. Ganyan nga, everything in moderation.
Holistic.
Yes.
Lifestyle changes.
Ako naman, share ko lang din.
No problem.
I'll be honest, kasi meron akong condition na yung parang nagda-dry yung mga ganito. Dito. So, I think parang, if I'm not mistaken, somehow parang siyang light psoriasis. Tama ba? And seasonal siya for some reason. Ano ba yung mga, ano ba yung cause nun talaga?
Season nyo, sir? What you mean?
Yung mga,
na,
malalamig. Pag malamig.
Actually, hindi siya psoriasis. So,
Hindi.
meron siyang
Okay,
condition. Oo, kasi marami patients naman nagpupunta talaga sa akin. Kala nila psoriasis, natatakot sila. Pero yan, not to raise awareness, psoriasis is not contagious. So, for everyone who's listening. Okay. So, I think, syempre, hindi pa kita na-assess ng tama. Pero based sa description mo ng condition, baka you have seborrheic dermatitis, which is commonly known as dandruff. Okay. So yun, it affects the oily areas of your body, which includes your scalp, your nasolabial area, tapos
so,
yan sa eyebrows. Oo, hindi.
Dami nating learning. Oh my gosh, guys.
Oo. And unfortunately, hindi siya talaga natitreat completely. But you can control the disease. And yun, meron kasi yung fungi, okay, na related called malassezia. So medyo technical na yun.
Okay.
So we have to control lang din that fungi para makontrol natin yung disease. So yan, magkikita tayo later.
Dinivulge ko na yung fungi ko sa katawan. I'll be vulnerable here.
I'm sure guys, medyo check na kayo ngayon sa katawan mo ano yung gusto nyo ipa-check. So.
Pero tama ba na, yun nga, like I said, seasonal kasi siya eh.
Oo, actually, siya stress-related. Mapuyat ka, mag-trigger siya.
I see.
Mag-change ng weather, mag-trigger siya. Tapos, medyo dry yung skin mo, mag-trigger siya. Tapos, season din talaga. Minsan pag pag mga palamig season na nag-trigger siya. Minsan din pag mainit, nag-trigger siya. So, meron din talaga marami siya eh. So,
pero it's not something naman na like critical na
hindi
life and death situation.
Hindi naman. Okay. Pero yun nga, kasi di ba sabi ko nga hindi, kasi di ba sabi ko nga skin talaga, siya kasi nga nakikita siya So, konting parang minor flaw na nakikita mo on your skin has a great impact talaga on your general well-being, sa general how you see yourself. So, kaya nga, gusto ko din i-treat agad. So, kung mayroon kayong concern talaga, mas better na pakita nyo na sa dermatologist para ma-treat na agad. So, I am against kasi self-medication.
Yeah.
Kasi nga,
Yung
mas
mga
lalo pang
Google.
natitrigger eh. Tsaka yung rise of the rejuvenating sets. So, yun. Kasi meron siyang mga components na dapat
Yeah.
is dermatologist yung nagbibigay para at least controlled and guided yung pagpapahid. Kasi madami na kasi talaga ako nakikita ang patients na nagre-react. Tapos, usually gumagamit sila. Oo. So, gumagamit sila tapos nagre-react sa skin nila. So, kami yung gumagamot. So, mas maganda siguro diretso na kayo para hindi na ma-harm yung skin. So, kung meron kayong skin condition, patigin na lang kayo sa mga dermatologist. Okay?
So it's good that you mentioned, Doc, about yun nga, yung you have to watch out for those things. Ano ba yung mga ingredients, basic things that we need to check that proven na nakaka-harm ng skin or harm yung health natin over time, especially yung mga carcinogenic na ingredients.
Okay. Actually, in terms of ingredients, kasi minsan binibigay naman natin talaga siya in moderation. Okay? Example, medyo notorious kasi yung retinoid eh. So, maganda siya eh. Marami siyang benefits. It's for acne, it's for rejuvenation, it's for aging. Pero, pag ginamit mo siya na mali, okay? So, magha-harm siya sa skin mo. In terms of carcinogens, hindi siya skincare. Okay? Usually sun. Okay? UV rays from the sun. So, kaya maririnig nyo pa ulit talaga na yung mga dermatologists nyo advise sunscreen and sun protection. Hindi lang actually sunscreen. Kasi sunscreen, lalagay mo lang yan sa skin mo. So, ang effect niyan 2 to 3 hours lang. Provided na tama yung pagpapahid mo pa, ha? So, pero yung UV exposure mo talaga sa sun, hindi siya mawawala kasi nandyan siya everywhere eh. So, kailangan mo din to use sun protection. Saan na tayo napunta? So, sun protection includes yung paggamit mo ng broad brim hats, So, use umbrella, long sleeve na damit, so, 6 shade, lalo na pag highest peak yung init, such as 10 to 3 p.m. Yan yung dapat talaga umiwas kayo sa araw. And also, you can check your phones. Meron tayong UV index sa phone. Nasa weather app yan. Oo, doon makikita. Ang safe lang not to use sunscreen or sun protection is 2 nga lang eh. 2 and below. So, pag 3, kailangan mo na ng sun protection. So, you can check your phones. Turuan ko kayo mamaya.
Ayan.
Ayun. Para yung sun kasi talaga. So, maraming skin cancer. Ang common culprit talaga is UV exposure. So, kung may advice ako to use sa inyo, is to use sunscreen talaga and sun protection.
Marami kasi sa atin, we only use that pag pupunta sa beach.
Mga SPF pala, Doc, talking about that. Ang
Kasi,
daming 20, 50,
Yeah.
parang what is the right SPF?
In terms of studies, SPF 15 enough na siya. Okay? Pero, hindi kasi nalalagay ng tama. So, ang kailangan mo kasi, ayan, parang dapat totoo yung sinasabi nila na 2-finger lengths. Na yung naririnig nyo sa mga TikTok, yan, ganyan. So, dapat kasi para enough siya, ganun kadami. Okay. Which is usually hindi nagagawa. 2-finger length is enough to cover the face. So, 2 ulit sa neck. So, ganun siya. Parang kailangan madami. So, usually kasi hindi siya nalalagay enough. So, ang minimum na binibigay is SPF 30. Tapos, mas maganda siguro mag-layer kayo. So, continuous na, parang maraming SPF. So, yung may sunscreen ka, yung skincare mo may SPF din, tapos yung makeup mo may SPF din, para mas maging enough yung sun protection mo, yung UV protection mo. Okay? Tapos, yun.
Pero how frequent in a day that you should do that?
Strictly speaking talaga. Okay, strictly speaking. Okay, 2 hours lang yung effect niya. Tapos,
regardless of SPF 50, meron pa na ako nakikita SPF 100. So, 2 hours din yun.
Kasi lang eh. Basta ang important lang in finding sunscreen is SPF, at least siguro 30. Pero for my patients personally, I use na 50 eh.
Okay.
Kasi para at least mas broad yung protection. Tapos
Right.
hanapin nyo yung PA++.
Yan, that's
Kasi
about
meron
to ask.
yung UVA. Meron kasi tayong UVB and UVA. So para may UVA protection ka na din, so yung PA+++. Yun hanapin nyo, broad spectrum. Then, reapply dapat every 2 to 3 hours kasi ganun lang talaga yung effect niya eh. Pero imposible naman talaga yun, magre-reapply ka na, re-reapply ng sunscreen. So at least basta lalabas ka na lang, apply mga 15 to 30 minutes prior exposure.
Okay.
So kung alam mong lalabas ka lalo with extreme heat, and use additional protection such as payong or cap, ayan, para mas protected. Oo.
Sige, clarify ko ulit kasi these are for iba-iba kasi yung persona natin at saka yung lifestyle, no? May mga nagko-commute, merong may sasakyan. So siguro doon sa mga may sasakyan, kasi syempre lalabas yun ng bahay, sasakyan ng sasakyan, pag-park sa office, pupunta sa office. So very quick lang yung exposure niya. No? Pag ganon, would you still advise to use sunscreen?
Siyempre. Kahit man lang lumabas bago kayo lumabas ng bahay, mag-sunscreen kayo. Tapos kung hindi kayo maki-reapply, edi mas okay yun kaysa wala ka talaga nilagay at all.
Correct.
Diba? Parang at least may lagay ka ba lang once a day kung talagang hindi mo kaya.
Right,
Pero
right.
syempre, kung tatanungin nyo, mas maganda mag-reapply every time na lalabas.
Yes.
Tapos
Okay.
nag-exceed na tayo ng mga 2 hours.
Yeah, obviously, pag naman nagko-commute ka, minsan pumipila ka sa sa jeep. So dapat mas marami kang ilalagay.
Protected.
Ayun.
And as young as, how young po yung pwede? Like babies, swimming, ganyan. 2
Kahit
years
mga
old,
2 years old, yan, pwede nang mag-sunscreen. Siguro mas better for children yung mga mineral sunscreens natin.
Yeah.
So yan, yes, yun yung better for my melasma, may sa children, tapos sa may mga skin conditions din, mas better yung mga mineral. Pero yun yung may white cast eh. So yun yung mahirap i-blend. Pero ngayon naman, maganda na yung mga formulation, maganda na yung technology. So, nami-mix na eh. So meron na tayong, kaya mo nang i-mix siya. So, may mga micronized formulation. So, yan, yung hindi na siya masyadong obvious yung white cast. Yan kasi ayaw ng majority eh, yung white cast. Lalo for male.
Right.
Dok,
Siyempre.
ito, na-intriga lang ako. Recently, I've heard about oral
Meron,
sunblock.
oo.
How established it is right now
Meron.
in terms of
Meron tayong ingredients such as Polypodium leucotomus. Okay? So, may several studies on that na nagpe-prevent siya. Pero this is more for mga cancer and mga photosensitive conditions. So, you can use it, okay? Pero, hindi niya kayang palitan yung benefit from the
sunscreen.
topical sunscreen.
Okay.
So, mag-oral sunscreen ka, but you still have to apply. Pero at least, added protection siya from the sun. Oo, nag-oral sunscreen ako. Yan.
Yeah, pero speaking of that, what other supplements that you can take to protect your skin or have your skin glow?
Skin glow, yan. You can use vitamin A, C, and E. Zinc also helps. Ayan, oral sunscreens natin. And I always advise pa rin kasi multivitamins eh. Kasi parang walang isa lang na maganda.
Correct.
So, parang, at saka, I always advise my patients na instead of supplements, kainin mo na lang siya. So, makukuha mo kasi yung vitamin C from the apple, di ba? So, kain ka na lang ng fruits and vegetables. Pero, kung additional protection, edi, general supplements, yung multivitamins, ayan.
So, Coach,
ACE.
covered na yung supplements ko. Yung sa mga sinabi ni Doc, covered ako doon. Dami niyang binigay sa akin supplements. So,
Tungkol
okay.
sa ni Sir, sa Newland.
Ayun.
Talking about, Doc, nutrients, ganyan. Meron kasi tayong tinatawag na gut-skin connection, right? Others are saying na, yung psoriasis daw, eczema, it's more than, a skin issue. It's more of an internal one thing. So, what are your thoughts about the gut-skin connection?
Okay. Meron kasing tinatawag na gut-skin axis eh. So, ang important siguro medyo maging technical ha. So, yun. Meron kasi tayong microbiome. So, microbiome is a collection of microorganisms which includes your bacteria, virus, fungi. So, meron talaga tayo niyan. So, meron talaga tayo sa skin ito. Meron din tayo sa gut. Okay? So, ito yung nag-help sa atin protection mo or nag-help siya sa immune system for modulation of the immune cells, okay? So, Certain conditions, yan nga, as just mentioned, yung atopic dermatitis or psoriasis, inflammatory conditions kasi sila eh. So, and the gut health, actually it gained attraction lately eh, kasi nga maraming probiotics na nag-help. And with regards to its relation with some diseases, so, yung example is atopic dermatitis. Meron silang studies na nakita na mas less daw yung gut microbiome, kaya nagtitrigger. Pero meron din naman na nagsasabi na probiotics help with atopic dermatitis. Pero kasi may studies din na nagdi-disprove nito eh. So, again, conflicting pa rin siya. Pero, it can help actually kasi meron ng studies on the improvement of probiotics with rosacea, with psoriasis, with inflammatory conditions, and also including mga eczema. Pero again, yun nga, conflicting pa rin yung studies. But it can help naman. Kung wala naman siyang harm, it can help. And it can help the patients. Pwede naman i-take ng mga patients na.
So kung baga, Doc, as compared to the other nutrients involved in sa gut health, yung probiotics yung nakikita right now na mas may link.
Meron siya. Pero hindi pa rin siya established eh. But it can. Siguro more studies pa yung gagawin to prove na talagang nakaka-help siya. Pero connected talaga eh, yung gut with the skin microbiome. So, it will help din talaga.
Dr. Bring up kanina, actually na-intriga ako doon sinabi nito kanina, even babies nasisimulan magkaroon ng acne. As long as usually.
Minsan neonate. May neonatal acne. Meron din, may infant acne, teenage acne, childhood acne. So, yun, related na din kasi siya minsan with the hormones, minsan maternal hormones, minsan wala pa rin. Kasi di ba, minention ka na yung microbiome. So, yun, yung microbiome kasi hindi pa siya develop in mga neonates eh. So, pwede rin siyang mag-cause ng acne. Yan. So, yun yung tinatawag na fungal acne. Pero there's no such thing as fungal acne. Pero yun.
May factor din ng ang genes.
Oo naman.
Acne. Okay.
Oo. Meron din talaga. Pag yung mga patients pag meron yung parents nila, minsan meron talaga siya. May relation.
May na-establish na ba daw na percentage? Kasi recently, in terms of lifestyle diseases, like cancer, sakit sa puso, etc., they have found out na 90% lifestyle, parang nasa 5 to 10% pang hereditary. So sa skin ba, meron bang ganun ngayon?
Oo. Wala pang certain. Pero kasi more of lifestyle pa rin talaga siya eh. Way of life talaga siya. Way of life talaga.
Kasi may control tayo.
Correct.
Diba?
Disiplina lang ang susi.
That's more learning tips from our podcast.
Yeah.
Siguro na lang. I know marami nang sumasagot nito pero para lang for the sake of our listeners. Ano yung basic na like evening routine na pwede mong gawin for your face?
Day and night.
10 steps. Wow, joke! Okay, ako gusto ko minimal lang skincare. Kasi working professionals, meron ba yan time to do the 10 steps?
Yes.
Siguro iba lang. Iba siguro na mga skincare junkie yan. Gusto nila yan. Pero ang basic skincare lang, always ko naman sinasabi, 3 lang. Cleanse, moisturize, and sunscreen. And this will be based on your skin type. Okay?
Yeah.
So, meron kasi tayong oily skin, meron tayong dry skin, may normal skin, may sensitive skin. So, for mga oily skin, syempre may oil kayo. So, mas maganda yung mga foaming cleanser. Tapos, kung gagamit ka ng moisturizer, ito yung minsan, pwedeng hindi ka na mag-moisturizer sa morning. Kahit sa gabi na lang. And kung mag-moisturizer ka, kahit lightweight lang or yung mga gel type na moisturizers. So, dun sa mga may oily skin. Pero dun sa mga dry skin, ito yung kailangan natin ng barrier. Help sa barrier. So, ito yung makaka-help yung mga oilated soap, mga non-foaming cleansers, and also yung mga thick moisturizer. Pero depende pa rin kasi siya sa weather. Again,
right.
di ba iba siya? So kung malamig, talagang thick moisturizer yung kailangan nila. Pero kung summer naman, medyo malagkit talaga yung feeling. Kahit mga thinner creams, pwede na yun for mga dry skin natin. So normal, you can choose actually pag normal skin type ka. Wala, kung ano yung gusto mo.
Kahit ano.
Pwede kang,
Ah.
pwede kang mag-cream, pwede kang mag-gel type, kung ano yung mas comfortable sa'yo na gamitin. In terms of sunscreen naman, marami na kasing sunscreen ngayon eh. Ang lagi kong sinasabi sa mga patients ko, kung ano yung gagamitin mo, okay? Kasi minsan, sabi, mas maganda pa pag mas mahal. Hindi. Basta ang minimum sunscreen requirements ko lang nga, di ba? SPF 30 and above, broad spectrum, tapos mag-reapply ka lang. So, ilagay mo lang siya ng 2 finger breadths para enough siya to cover the face. Tapos mag-add ka pa para sa neck. So, lagay mo lang siya, tapos okay na yun. So, basic skincare lang. Tapos kung meron ka na lang skin condition, isisingit na lang natin siya. Yun.
Sige. Very good. Ano yung mga sinabing steps natin.
Oo,
Pero
3 steps. Huwag na tayong 10 steps.
Kayang-kaya mo.
Pero to be honest, maraming mga tao kasi na hindi masyadong vain sa skin. So ibig sabihin, actually guilty ako dito. No? Pag hindi ka nag-maintain, hindi ka nag-wash, etc. for a long time, what's the long-term effect if you're not taking care of your skin?
Okay. Sige. Long-term effect. I can show you some photos talaga.
Okay.
If for not using sunscreen, aging. Okay? Mas maaga ka mag-age. Meron studies nag-compare sila twins. Yung isa nagsa-sunscreen, isa hindi. Same age sila, pero yung isa mas older looking. Okay? Meron ding mga photos. I can show you some later. Okay?
Pa-flash natin.
Flash natin sa...
Naglalagay sila sa face, pero hindi sa neck. 40 years, ganyan. Yung neck niya, older.
Okay.
Oo.
Okay.
Yun.
Talaga.
Tapos, yun din. So, aside from the aging, syempre ayaw natin yung aging, pero mas ayaw natin yung cancer.
Yeah,
So,
definitely,
yun.
yeah.
Cancer. Ayan. Then, moisturize.
Worst yun, Doc, no?
Syempre. Yun lang. Basta basic lang. Lagi ko lang sinasabi, 3 lang yan eh. Cleanse, moisturize, and sunscreen lang.
Yung father ko kasi, nung medyo tumanda na siya, marami siya yung mga black-black. Anong tawag doon? How do you call that? Na pinapatanggal?
Oo, mga warts.
Yung warts.
Oo. Minsan
So,
din,
yun din yun. I mean,
minsan akala ng mga patients dahil siya sa sa warts, meron ding ibang condition. Meron yung kay Morgan Freeman yung tawag doon is dermatosis papilosa nigra. Okay? Benign growth lang naman siya, pero hindi siya warts. Okay? Meron din tayong mga seborrheic keratosis. Mga benign din naman siya na mga lesions na common sa elderly. Minsan nangyayari lang din talaga siya eh. So, hindi lang siya dahil sa araw din eh. Minsan with aging din nangyayari siya. And kaya yun yung importance din of using talaga basic skincare.
Right.
Just washing your face. Para lang to avoid din yung matrap, yung mga oil. Kasi yun yung mga milia, yung mga comedones, or yung mga whiteheads, blackheads. So basic lang is to do washing of your face and applying moisturizers yan.
Yun,
Basic lang tayo. Ayoko kayong pahirapan.
Parang nariyan kwento sa Doc, parang ang dami pala nating yung mga similar, katulad na nakala natin warts lang, it could be another case pa pala. So, proper assessment, guys, is the key.
Always seek your consult with your
Yes.
board-certified dermatologist.
By the way, yung clinic ni Doc, no, it's located here, right?
Yes.
In Lipacetti, Batangas. And palakpakan naman natin si Doc. So,
Yun,
they just
congratulations.
celebrated their first year anniversary.
Yay! Thank
Happy
you,
first
thank
year.
you.
Pakiramdam, Doc?
Okay, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so happy. And finally, I'm living the dream of becoming a dermatologist.
Congratulations.
So, I'm so happy to help a lot of people.
So,
And
yung
syempre,
location po? Dito
it's
sa
located in MRRS Building, De Mayuga Street, corner G. Reyes, along lang sa Cathedral. So, malapit lang sa Cathedral in LCC. So, wasteable naman siya. So, you can, if you need help with your skin, your hair, and your nails.
Pati
So you
hair.
can you can consult with me, and you can message us. So i-flash na lang namin dito
Yes.
yung ano.
Kasi importante rin talaga yung mga regular clinic visits. Kasi like, may mga deep cleaning kasi tinatawag, di ba? Oo.
We have facials, we have lasers, and consult pa rin. So, yan.
Yes, yun na yung pinaka-importante. Hindi yung Google lang.
Oo,
Bago
iba
na
talaga
ngayon,
si Google.
Oo,
Oo.
ChatGPT na ngayon eh. ChatGPT.
Sobrang advanced na ngayon.
Natin i-search lang sa Google talagang
Minsan nga may mga patients ako, hindi ba to cancer? Hindi ba to psoriasis?
Correct,
Kasi nga
correct.
nakita nila sa Google eh. So, ask help na lang kung meron kayong concern para hindi kayo nag-overthink. Minsan nasi-stress yung mga patients ko. Psoriasis ba to, doc? Psoriasis ba to, doc? Ganyan. So, consult na lang para hindi na kayo mag-overthink. Tapos, proper guided din kayo with your treatment regimen.
Right. Nabanggit na ba ni Doc yung schedule nga ba? Yung schedule ng clinic?
Actually, for the schedule, we are open naman except lang Monday. So, every day except Monday. So, yan. Contact na lang our clinic if you have.
may pahabol akong question. And
Sige,
I'm sure question din to ng madlang people. Ano yung mga usual, Doc, na bad habits ng mga tao pag, binubuting-ting nila yung mukha nila? Especially for, yung nagpiprick, whiteheads, blackheads. Kasi I heard meron tinatawag na T-zone, which you should not daw galawin. Or else, kasi may mga nerve, something in between that, pag nagalaw mo, it has a connected sa brain or so. Can you elaborate more on this?
Okay, sige. In terms of bad habits, ang gusto ko lang talaga is
Ayan.
to wash your face bago kayo matulog. Okay? Kung hindi nyo
lagot ako.
kaya talagang mag-skincare, at least wash your face. Kasi syempre lahat ng naipong dumi dyan ng buong araw, oil, yan, mga skin cells nyo, matatanggal yan. At least tanggalin nyo lang siya in the end of by the end of the day. Kasi nagtatrap yan sa mga pores nyo or yung mga hair follicles. So, yun yung magsisimula ng acne. So, syempre, gusto natin gumising tayong maganda.
Fresh.
Ayan. Tapos,
Katulad
in terms yung minention mo earlier na mga T-zone na piniprick. So, yun, ask help na lang from the clinic or sa mga dermatologist nyo. Kasi this is a very dangerous area of the face. Meron tayo yan sa nose area dito sa area na to. So, it has a direct connection to your brain. So, ayaw naman natin yung infection magpunta sa brain, di ba? So, yun, consult na lang and ask help, okay? Wag na lang tayong self-prick, okay? Yan lang. And we have more questions pa. O yan, habang nandito pa
I'm
ako.
sure marami pang tanong yung
Yeah.
mga viewers natin. But you just, heard earlier, di ba, yung schedule ni Doc, yung
Right,
location, and more of the services.
Oo. Alright, so yun, ang dami nating natutunan kay Doc, no? So we are very grateful. So siguro before we end, any final message or tips about skincare?
Okay, thank you talaga for guesting me.
Yes.
It's my first time sa ganitong setup. So, thank you for inviting me. So, any tips? So, always consult your board-certified dermatologist.
Yun.
Okay? If you have skin concerns, let us help you. Huwag na tayo mag-self-medicate. And always stick to basics. So, tatlo lang yan. Cleanse, moisturize, and sunscreen. So, yun lang para hindi nyo napahirapan yung sarili nyo. And don't self-medicate, guys. So, yun lamang. Thank you so much.
Simple lang maging maganda. Let's go to Dene Dermatological Clinic.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
So that's it for today's episode of the Nourish to Flourish podcast. So thank you again so much. A big thank you to Dr. Dene for sharing her expertise and practical tips on maintaining healthy skin. Thank you also to Coach MR or Mary Rose.
Welcome, guys.
So we hope you gained valuable insights and dami kong natutunan today.
Subscribe in our channel
Yes.
and follow the page.
Yun.
Follow Dene Dermatology.
Right. Until next time, stay healthy and keep flourishing. Bye.
Bye.